Hello, Cindy. The Cindy sisters. Oh, bless you, darling. This is Canada. Remember we were talking about Canada being the new thunderstorms? Interesting, I was a lion during the ad. All right, howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. And here's Canada flooding out from all the rains and torrential thunderstorms they're having. All right, let's get over here and get this loaded up and started. And while we're doing that, whoa, wrong direction. Okay, while that's loading up there, take a moment here to thank everyone for taking a moment of their precious time to be here with this precious family. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. 7/17/24, July 17th, 2024. And let me scooch just a little bit more. Okay, scooch this way more. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, I'll let that loop run for a second, and then you can see what happened over here. That was interesting. This is the event that we covered a little bit of last night. Streaks going through, and then this event, and what looks like another halo event as well. So a lot to cover here. So let's get into it. Let me catch that opening frame. Ow. It's coming around again. Yeah, quite a bit to cover there. So here we are, opening frame 012. You can see our event already underway right here. Something probably going on right in there. Anyways, let's continue. This has like this 3/4 of a halo shot coming at us. We have this big weird spread right there. And then as we continue here, we have this moving in. We're seeing that thing moving in there. And then here comes this eruption. Now we got something going on up here. You can see it's kind of wrapped in plasma right here. I think it's making this little indentation right here. It's hard to tell on that one, but we're going to continue on. You kind of see that one for sure. And something else going on down here. Then we have this streak, okay? Whatever's streaking through there, there's one right here. You can see it. We'll zoom in on it. And then this has the same kind of double stripe on it as it passes, in front of the occulter there. Just interesting how there's one in the back and one here too. So we got mirrors and all kinds of stuff inside the instrument that it could be blamed on as well. Just interesting here. Let's go ahead and just zoom in real quick, because we do see lots of UFO activity around the sun. I'll let you be the judge of what caused that streak right there. We'll come on over to this side. Oh, well, right about there is good. All right, so we got two of them at the same time, which could be, light distortion, unfortunately, but we've seen plenty of other craft. But there's that frame, interestingly enough, pointing kind of to the region where our event comes out of next. Here. And you can see it better on this side over here, but the frame I want to get to is that one right there. Nope, the next one. Frame 2024. And let's zoom in on this. And it kind of looked like a shield a little bit. Wait, I think we need to do something like that or this. There we go. Okay, just this bottom weird part. Of course, you can see our round objects up here. Let me take my fat finger out of the way. I don't know, objects, dark objects with plasma surrounding them. But there's something right here, because you can see plasma, this little corner, streaking back. I'm going to go in there just a tad bit tighter. There we go. I'll let you be the judge of what you think's going on there. It just kind of reminded me of the shape of a shield a little bit, so called it the Sheild. Right there. And it kind of looks like two eyes and a big old mouth open up or something too. Pretty crazy. Yeah, come on over to this instrument, check it out. Zoom in on it, play around with it, check it out. I'm telling you, it's crazy activity going on around our sun. All right, so there's that frame right there. Whoops, let me slide again. And we'll continue on here. Whoops. Back up to the beginning of the event. Boom. Boom. Look at this over here on the ghost image here. You see the big indentation this one's making right here in the instrumentation and the reading right there. Okay. And there we go. What was that? Interesting. All right, let's continue on. You can see other stuff coming along with it too. All kinds of stuff over here too. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put that loop back into motion and let your eyes watch it real quick. All kinds of stuff going on in there. We can slow it down for this event. There we go. Let it play one more time. I look like something. I don't know. Let's see one more time. I look like a pyramid or something, like a Mexican pyramid with the flat top on it, a little box on the top. Let me see if we can pause it again. I don't know. It's a ghost image too, so it's hard to tell. A lot of interesting activity going on. All right, let's get on over to the solar ham now. Okay, so here we are. Our solar flux is at 224. It's going down some, but it's still in the red at 224. It's still above 200. We were 240 something or 18 points. It's down, so that's good, but we're still in the red. Sunspot number 275. This is going off the hook. This looks to go over 300. I don't believe what I'm looking at, but yeah, a lot of times we're seeing stuff now that's just kind of shocking, right? So sunspot numbers 275 up 25 more. Okay, your area's still in the yellow. That's a lot of activity right there. All these numbers and plaques and stuff like this all over the place. If we go real quick, I'll go back to this one real quick. You can see the sun is just peppered with sunspot activity. Pretty darn close. All right. Anyways, all kinds of sunspot activity. Let me go back to the other one now. This one's a little bit better on me. Okay, we still have 3743, this whole patch right here. And the main concern now is this one that's approaching center disk right here, 3751. This red and blue component are getting pretty close, so we're beta gamma, so that could go beta gamma delta here pretty soon. And that would not be, and not be good when it's rotating into Earth direction, so we have that. We'll continue to monitor that region for sure. Okay, now we get back to this. Here we go. There's your GOES X-ray flux. I'm not going to zoom too much in on it tonight. You can see it kind of just our normal activity here. Here's our M flare for the day. X flare potential back down to 15, M flare 65, but we did have some M flares, the 3.4, the 5.0, and a 3.6. So this 5.0 right here and the 3.4 right there. So, all right, and those came out as 3743. 3743 is right there, this big old patch right there. Okay, so they're in the IMF line. That's the region where we hook up to the sun. So, all right, continuing on, geomagnetic forecast for the next 3 days is all green, but that'll probably change. We got some inbound energy coming here soon, so that'll probably change. But as we continue on, right now, auroras are really low. Our KP index is below 1. All right, so that's good. We're not taking on a bunch of energy. Now here's 3751. Look at this list of sunspots. I think that's why they did it in this format now, so you could just list them all. Meanwhile, we got 3751 and 3743 that are both beta gamma. Okay, this is the one we don't want to go in beta gamma delta. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this big old jet coming out right here. Can you see the like little object in the center and plasma reaching out to it right there in their own shot right there? There's something going on in that image right there. Okay, and look at how all this is reached way out there and wrapped around it. Okay, that's a hell of a shot right there. All right, let me get this article out of the way. A filament located near the southwest or southeast limb lifted off and beginning around 1830. The event flung a narrow CME into space and appears to be directed away from Earth. I repeat, away from Earth. Other activity on Wednesday included M5 and 3.4 flares events around 3743 in the southwest quadrant. A number of coronal mass ejections were observed the past few days leaving the sun. Okay, so there are a few coronal ejections leaving the sun, and although most appear to be headed away from our planet, at least one of them may be somewhat Earth directed. Okay, so possible transient effects will be possible over the next 48 to 72 hours. Okay. Let's open up the tracker, do a little track-a-lacking. Unless you're lacking some tracking. Are we not going to have our instrument tonight? Good. We'll just go to this one then. And fight some lines while we're in the middle of this. Ooh, we are darn close. All right. Oh, wait. We have an ad popping up. I did not pop on an ad. I clicked on this. This does not mean give me a political ad. Thank you. Craziness, huh? I'm telling you, you click on something that's not even associated with a political ad, and it's here you go, right? There's one falls right in your lap. All right, here we go on our spiral right here. Here's our event hitting on the 21st right here that they're talking about coming in. Okay, you see that? We're going to take a hit right on the chin around the 21st. Okay, so that'll be our geomagnetic storm watch around the 21st. There we go. And it's going right straight at us, not north or south, just totally straight right there. Good impact right there. So everybody get ready for another round of earthquakes, volcanoes, pressure, the whole bit. When this thing hits us, we're gonna go through that whole process all over again. It's not good. We don't need any more added pressure. Especially when we're looking at these sea surface temperature anomalies, that's not going to help. Oh, there's a little bit. They're showing barely clipping it. Did you see that? Show it one more time. Sure, there it goes. Like, sure was nice to see it in full. Yeah, here they show it just clipping the earth, and we know when it just barely clips it, how we get G4 storms or whatever, right? So the spirals don't agree. But we're going to take heed anyways, and around the 21st, expect some kind of impact. Okay? Better to be prepared than unprepared. That's the 16th. Old news. Let's move on over here to space weather news real quick. Get this one hammered out. Okay, geomagnetic storm watch. 2 and possibly 3 faint CMEs are heading for Earth following a series of eruptions from AR 3743. From 43, 53, and 44 on July 16th through 17th. Their collective impact on July 20th through the 21st, okay, could cause a minor G1 class storm. 20 to 21st, and these guys were talking 21st right there. Okay, so The impact around the 21st or late on the 20th could cause a minor G1. All right. Again, don't be surprised if it's more than a G1. Plasma bridge to the moon. Now, this is interesting. Yesterday, Argentina astronomer Eduardo was photographing the sun when one of the biggest prominences of the years into space. As I watched, the plasma fountain kept growing and reached an impressive height of more than 380,000 kilometers. That's more than the distance between Earth and the moon. This big old thing that we came off, and we saw that this image back here. Okay, this thing went by and pulled. See it stretching. See the spaghettification effect. That's why it reached out so far. That's not a prominence. The solar phenomenon was truly spectacular, extending like a serpent of fire. The magnitude of beauty from the prominence left me in awe, reminding me once again of the majesty and power of the universe around us. Okay. On its way out of the sun's atmosphere, the prominence entrained a CME and hurled into space moving. Okay. The CME won't hit Earth, but it will strike Mercury during the late hours of the 18th. Okay, so it's not heading our way, but it might hit Mercury. But you see this big old thing. Okay. Right there. All right, moving on. Did we cover everything I wanted to cover? Yeah, 380,000 kilometers, more than the distance between the Earth and the Moon. That's a pretty long plasma. Imagine if the lightning jumped off the Earth and struck the Moon or something like that. Impressive. Okay, let's get on over here to the Schuman now. And as you can see, we've had some quite a day. Even refresh here because we're going into something else here. Oh, whew, it ended. Whew, because that was looking like it was going into another one of these. So it was a quick little grinding session there. But man, what a grinding session here. Big old blast or something here. Anyways, we were putting along doing pretty good. Little weakness right through here. We come back to life. We're, maintaining some kind of continuity. And then bammo, right there. A lot of pressure came in from the sun or something happened and causing our Schumann now to, these aren't intense frequencies, okay? We're talking low frequencies from 0 down to 40 hertz, okay? So everything is all ELF, really low frequencies, and they're usually just 7.83. Now all of a sudden 7.83 is super strong, and so are all the other frequencies. It's like taking the radio station in your car and every station playing at the same time, and then someone comes along and turns the volume up really loud too, so you're hitting all these different stations super loud. Okay, so and then it tapers off. You see this little break. We had a little release in pressure somewhere around the planet. It had a little relief, but still kind of grinding, and then goes right back to it again, and then gradually tapers off, tapers off. One last little burp, and then back to normal. Start going back to our normal spinning activity there. Okay. Let's move on. Yeah, here we are. I already got it set up at our Sandstorm here. And you can see this plume that's coming off of Africa going all the way across the Atlantic. Very intense. A very, let me pull up the color chart. White being the most intense, okay? So very dense, very intense, and it's spreading up into America and stuff. I even seen it in my skies today. I was like, whoa, the clouds look weird. And then I looked and they weren't clouds. I'm like, this is our sandstorm. It's just different. You could tell. So if your sky is looking funky, it's because we got a bunch of sand coming in from the Atlantic, coming up through, it's going across Mexico or Central America here, sorry, and coming out in the Pacific. But then you see how it's spreading up into the states here. And it makes for hazy skies and weird sunsets. Just not getting that one little spot tonight. Oh well. So there's your huge sandstorm. It looks like a lion laying down with its tail. Here's the head, and there's the arms and the paws stretched out, doesn't it? Like some kind of cat, big old cat laying there. All right, let me take off the winds real quick here. Okay, so you can see the strength, the density of it going up in up into Spain there, going across most of Africa. Here's Saudi Arabia and Yemen and Oman having some sand issues. All through this area, blowing across the Indian Ocean, hitting India. The Gobi Desert having a big one. Okay. And then this side has kind of bubbled out this way, and stuff has reached from across the Pacific to meet it out here. So it's now kind of circumnavigated the northern hemisphere and gotten down into the southern hemisphere as well. Okay, so there's your sand report. I'll do the SO2. All right, so here we are in America, the country divided, still bleeding out on one side. Here's some flooding in the region, blocking up holes, patchwork on that side. And then we'd seen up in here, causing fires. The SO2 coming out of the ground, super hot. So hot that it causes spontaneous combustion of the vegetation at the emission site. If it's emitting underneath a bunch of bushes, all of a sudden those bushes catch on fire, and here we go. Underneath some trees, it sets them on fire, and there you go. Now you're seeing fires being, coming from underground because SO2 is coming out of the ground and it's hot and it's starting to creep down into America now. These sites right here, bing, 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 all emitting SO2 and having fires now. So, a little advice. Where you see these darker plumes or volcanic activity, watch out for possible fires this summer. Okay, and very intense up in there, and then over here in Russia, they were having their issues too. Oh, we got to go back to their time zone. Meanwhile, here, let's go back to this one. I can take off here just real quick. Let me show you. Even this far south here, we're having SO2 emissions here in Southern California, and it's starting fires up there in the mountains. Even in this area up here. I believe this might be our new site where we saw the volcanic explosion something yesterday. You guys go see MBB 333. You did a good report, 120-mile long shadow that it casts on the ground. It wasn't a mouse fart, I'll just tell you that much. Okay, let me take off these fires so we can continue on. Whoops. Done. There we go. All right, so you see very intense plumes. Whoops. Very intense plumes up here. A lot of dark activity now up here in this region. Still kind of, medium in this range. We'll make a stop off at Hawaii. Good. They're still emitting SO2 and not having a bunch of volcanic explosions yet. Or, we saw an uptick in earthquakes and magnitude at Hawaii. And let's come on over here and back up for their time frame. All right, so there you go. Again, with their dark regions. This area up here seems to have kind of calmed down. Remember, this area was getting really dark, like down here. So that's lightened up. India still has its issues. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Europe, all of that area is still peppered with these SO2 emission sites. And then down here as well, bing, 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 South Africa. Oh, we didn't do South America. All right, here you can see South America. It's darkening up. All these ones are starting to fill in now. This region still kind of white, but you can see it creeping in here. There's our fulcrum point and the other four regions right there doing their job. You can see the SO2 plume going out into the ocean, blowing away from the shoreline right there. Okay, so there's the SO2. We need to, let's just get right to it. Okay. Before we do the wind, just kind of look around here. Look at this, the southern hemisphere. This whole patchwork is coming together right there. This whole patch at the southern tip of Africa. All of these dots are starting to connect here. Meanwhile, up here, this patch is definitely becoming more organized, more compact, but more organized. This one is taking on this arch shape now. We used to have a bar type effect right there that was creating a conveyor belt. Well, now with this new shape and an isolated spot, and then we have another spot growing over here. It used to be just this one little region right here off of Japan. Remember that? Remember when we just reported off this one little spot here? Look how that is dwarfed by this now. That was our concerning region before. Not anymore. Okay, and then you see all this area filling in. Here at Taiwan, both sides we're starting to see yellow in this area and definitely getting very hot in this channel because pressure has built up in the region. We haven't had a good fulcrum point quake out of there in a while, and I feel that when we do, it's going to be it's going to have a stronger magnitude this time because, well, it's been a while since it's vented its energy. Okay, cold water inundation through there. What we want to do is come down to Java. You see that it's doing its job. We didn't look at the SO2 there, but that's okay. Now you see our little patches growing out here. All right, let me back out. Wait, we'll do this side too. Look at this, all around this island up here. Boom, boom. It's just getting really, really hot in the North Atlantic up there. These anomalies up here are just getting, well, more and more intense. You're gaining strength, getting stronger by the day. And we're only, this is, a lot of this heating is coming from underground or under the water. And we still got surface heating from summertime temperatures still to go. So this whole region's going to get really hot. Now let's get the wind going. I said the wind. There we go. And I'll back out one right there. And we'll let that little wind pattern play. And you can see how it's following heat signatures, cold patterns. Cold and hot next to each other create vorticity. Okay, so we got hot water rising, cold water going in to replace it. You get a rotating vortex. This is controlling the weather, taking a lot of it up the coast and out this way. We also have this conveyor belt that's still feeding stuff up into the middle of the country. We had this little cold patch here, which, seems to be dying out. That's going to result in more heating in this region, and you can see by the thermal heat signature flow patterns where weather is going to be going. It's going to be coming through here, turning and going right up into the country. Meanwhile, let me show you something. You see this cold air coming down, bleeding down, and this coming up. Right here somewhere is where they're going to meet, and you're going to have a chance for some weather. Also, we had this cold water inundation down here. It's starting to taper off. We see a lot of cold water out here, though, building like a barrier right here against this whole heat thing. But look how this heat blob has got little vortexes growing inside of it. See what I'm saying there? Clear indication that it's following the patterns of the heat signature. We need to see more quake activity along the Juan de Fuca. I don't want to see anything big, but I would love to see a bunch of fives just rip right through there. And, I know it might scare some people, but we need to relieve the pressure because you see what's building out here. And you see how the shape of it has caused vorticity, rotation right here. And this will probably stay parked for a while. Okay. All this stuff stays parked according to, heat plumes coming up from the bottom now. We have so much volcanic activity above the water on land that below the water is still the surface of the planet. It's just covered with water. So we're seeing volcanic activity on the ocean floor as well. And it controls the weather patterns and has been disrupting weather lately. There we go. We'll let that sit for a second. All right, so just going to have to keep watching this. Luckily, the sandstorms coming off here have stopped any kind of hurricane genesis out here because the water's ripe. It is ripe, and we have this flow that would just pull one after another right off the tip of Africa here and throw 1, 2, 3. They'd get evenly spaced so they could breathe, and then we just have this daisy chain of hurricanes, 8 to 10 of them rotating around this. Also, what Mike talks about, and we're starting to see that this could be possible here as we see these heat plumes grow in intensity and vorticity like this. All right, we could possibly see the hypercane where the center would be the eye and the outside here would be the eye wall, and it would just be 300-mile-an-hour winds just whipping around this thing, just causing chaos, and it'd be positioned. It's not like it would move. It'd be stuck there unless another plume opens up here, then it might shift and then feed a couple more. But we have been blessed by this sand. Well, I'm not going to go back to it. You've seen the sand plume that comes off here, and it's quenching the convection. We also have southern fetch here coming from the southern hemisphere across the equator. It was disrupting this band, but now this is getting more organized, and this doesn't have the strength. See how it's meeting this barrier right here? Doesn't have the strength to punch through there and disrupt that. So it's just going to continue with the big sandstorms and heat. Okay, going to continue to get hot. Over here, we've seen storms come across and then go right down the coast, so not much weather is making it into the west coast. We did see some rotation down here that was bringing monsoonal moisture up into the southern, southwest here, but that seems to have quelled. All right, so there's that. Now let's move on to the earthquake report. And we'll get into no deep quakes in this region or surface quakes for the moment. Here we have a 4.4. This is down at 551, so a little deeper there on the backside of Java, probably volcanic island, activity volcanic island. Right here is a 4.7 down. This is a 5.2 down at 51. Finally, some quake activity here at our fulcrum point at Taiwan, but it's not much. It's a 4.6 down at 22. That's nothing compared to what we need to see coming out of that region. So I'll take a 4.6, but let's keep going with them. Let's have some more and reduce all that area that was all yellow that's growing in intensity there. Reduce that. Meanwhile, up here, 4.2 at 83. Very quiet through this whole region, eerily quiet, disturbingly quiet. Real quick with South America. I know there's activity going along this trench. They're just not talking about it. Here we go, 4.5 down at 143, Fulcrum Point quake. 4.4 at 141, magnitude check 3. All right, let's get all magnitudes. Get out of there. Okay, starting way over here, we see little quakes. Quake activity at volcanic islands all along this chain here. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing through there. But a little here and there. Hit and miss. 2.3 right there. Okay, you see little red ones right here. We're currently enjoying some activity in that region. Okay, now let's see what made it over this fulcrum here. What's this? 3.6 energy. All right, at a depth of 6 and a 2.1. That kind of relieves some energy right there. Inside fulcrum, 2.7 at the surface. All right, let's get into it here. Get that out of the way. So, people of Seattle, SeaTac area, little activity through here, explosions. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Blowing stuff up, huh? All right, meanwhile, let's get back to, these are all explosions too. What's going on here? There's more explosions than there are earthquakes. Are we having an attack? Activity at St. Helens, none at Rainier. Why do they have an explosion out here in the water? I was just kind of curious to see what kind of quarry or what, why there's explosions. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all diamonds. Here, let me go in on tight on one for you. See, it's a little diamond here. So, now this could possibly be a quarry or some kind of site, but what are they blowing up out here in the trees? A lot of explosions going on in Oregon today. Are you guys all testing out your gear? All right. Meanwhile, energy come in, fulcrum point. We're looking at a little microquaking here. Not much driving inland. We've got a couple little strays. Boonville. All right, there's our geysers doing their job as we come down into the Bay Area. Some at the North Bay, up here in the hills, down by Rock. Oh, we got a bigger magnitude hiding under this one. 3.3 here at Gilroy. So we did see a 3 magnitude quake today in California, right there at Gilroy. What's going on out here? Okay, microquaking south Southern California, sorry. Out here in Texas, we're used to seeing, we all know man-made perforations do. Nothing around here, and nothing up the East Coast. Screen looking dark or something tonight. All right, moving on. We can get rid of a lot of these instruments now. Boom, boom. You can get rid of that. Please, Lord. Can we get rid of that too? Please. All right. We can open up a volcano report now. So, quake activity kind of mild right now, but we're still definitely seeing residual. With this new grinding that we saw down below on the Schuman, we can expect a new round of earthquakes and volcanoes. Higher magnitudes and higher elevations and blasts. Okay, 32 erupting, 29 warning. Nope, don't want your political ad. I don't want that. I want the actual report, please. Trying to save lives here, folks. Let's get it going here. I will support you in the other realm. All right. Here we go. Etna volcano still going off. You can see a little magma glowing there. Etna satellite image acquisition from the 17th of July indicates ongoing lava flows on the Boca Nova's western flank. Etna following the recent pyroxysms event from Etna's Varangi summit crater on the evening of July 15th. Lava flows remain active on the western slope. The lava has branched off into four main arms now, of which the northern one is currently about 857 meters long. Yep, the lava has branched off into four main arms at Etna. The northern one, 857 meters long. Moreover, magma within the northeast crater inside the conduit remains high, suggesting a significant flux of molten rock. Probably from pressure down below. Ebico, however you want to Paramishmer Island spell it, pronounce it. 15,000 now out of that. IBU or ibuprofen, 8,000 feet. Luatobi, 10,000. Santa Guida, 14. Fuego, 15. Sangay, 22. Reventador, probably pretty good there, 22. That was today. Let's go into what was today. Now, yesterday. Stromboli. It seems that the typical activity of Stromboli resumed yesterday early afternoon. A small ash plume from what is likely a Strombolian type small explosion at one of the summit's events was observed. After the lax paroxysm, the Vangari crater, we read that. Svarensky, 19 million cubic meters of magma. Ebico, 15,000. Ibu, 8. Ducono, 7. Santa Guida, 14. Fuego, sporadic emissions. Sangay, 22. Reventador, the same. Sabancaya, 24,000 feet. Those are some decent blasts right there. And then how you could just stare at these without swallowing hard or having a little bit of concern is beyond me. But here at this channel, this doesn't phase us. I'm saying more for society and the media, and we have 61 volcanoes going off. 10 years ago, if I'd have told you we had 61 volcanoes 10 years from now, you'd be like, yeah, you're crazy. Well, here we are, 61 volcanoes, and I'm still crazy. Told you this was coming. Tried to tell you this was going to happen, and here we are now. And imagine these lists 3 times as long or twice as long for underwater. Okay, because there's 2/3 of the planet is water. So this is 1/3, double this, and that's what's going on under the water. That's all those heat plumes that we're seeing. You think there might be an issue? Something's going on in the planet, San Cristobal there. Okay. Nothing wrong with the planet. Just keep looking at the political game. Oh my God. Sorry, Lord. Let me load this up. It is off the hook out there. Um, they're definitely dumbing down society. They have got everybody at each other's throats, kinda. I watched the RNC today. Wonderful speeches and stuff, but see a lot of hate coming out of people during it. So don't get wrapped up in it. I mean, you're gonna have to vote and do all that, but do not get sucked into the drama. I'm telling you. All right. Opening frame, nighttime of July 17th. We escaped a lot of inbound geomagnetic storm affecting our weather today. So thankfully that did not happen. I'm glad that maybe I was wrong there and that did not happen. So we also have other factors playing in with our weather as well. Spiritual realm, the spheroid type activity as well. So let's just dive in, shall we? Nighttime of the 17th, morning of the 18th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 19th, noon, convection, nighttime. Nighttime activity on the 19th right there. See this low right here? It comes in around noon, starts taking care of business. There's convection right there. You got severe weather in Kansas right there by convection, or Nebraska, sorry. And then we go down into Kansas by the nighttime there. Going into the morning of the 20th, still residuals around that region. Noontime, convection, nighttime. 21st. Okay, now here's where we see on the tracker possible impact, right? So, a geomagnetic storm possibly enhancing weather on this day right here. We're 3 days out. There's noon, convection. You see that splatter convection right through there? And then let's look at nighttime real quick. Let's go back to convection. Let me zoom one frame that I can. And there you go. All these little splatterings all through here, down in there, up in here. These are these isolated supercells that can get dangerous and, have a long-lasting severe weather because there's no storms that collide with them and diffuse them, nothing to hinder any kind of production. So very spotty activity that could be enhanced. Okay, this is the 21st where we're expecting a geomagnetic storm. If it's a G1, hey, we won't see much enhancement. But if we're getting into, G5, 4 or something, we're going to see some enhancement possibly. Okay, we're going back to that's convection the 21st and nighttime. So these nighttime speckles could be enhanced as well. Any of that green region might fill in as well. So we'll have to watch the night of the 21st, convection and night of the 21st with a geomagnetic storm coming in. Morning of the 22nd kind of clearing up, noon, convection again right in Texas. Out here splattering on the East Coast. Nighttime, morning of the 23rd, noon, convection, nighttime. 24, noon, convection, nighttime. 25, noon, convection, nighttime. 26, noon, convection, nighttime. 27, noon, convection, nighttime. 28, noon, convection, nighttime. 29, convection, nighttime. 20, 30, noon, convection, nighttime. 31, noon, convection. this is so far out in the future that it's just kind of popping through it anyways. All right, looking not too bad. Mainly convection and nighttime spotty activity. Okay. Um, the 21st is a day we have to watch closely for enhancement of any kind of weather anywhere on the world. Okay. Not just here in America. Up in Canada, if you're having a thunderstorm, it could be a little more intense too. So, okay, there's your weather forecast, and there's all your stuff for right now. So, whew. Now, we've looked at a bunch of stuff that's very intriguing, but when you understand the truth behind it, it gets it gets a little disturbing because you can see it all unfolding, and it's important that we do a spiritual report here at the end, kind of calm your nerves here so you understand better and you won't be so fearful. Can we have the theater mode, please? There we go. There's one. Went over last night. What's going on there? Okay, that's my face. Been going through a lot of weird stuff in the last 6.5 years. Showing you my testimony and evidence of what I've been through. I'm not trying to prove something necessarily. I am showing you evidence of what I've been through. I went through doctors, therapists, psychiatric wards, all these prisons and jails, and all because nobody would believe me or give 5 minutes to look at the information. Imagine that. All the time and agony and stuff because people wouldn't look or listen. A lot of stuff I've been through because of this. A lot of stuff. Experience. I've experienced a lot of human nature, let's just say. And, well, through the process, I was able to help pretty much everybody along the way, which was cool. I got to see both sides of the coin and then actually get to help the people that were trying to help me. They were the ones that were lost. Yes, indeed. Much of this entire society, or much of the society. Whoops, that's not the one I wanted. I just made a mistake. We have this societal mass psychosis going on. The media has blinded everybody. Your schools have warped your sense of reality. They taught you a bunch of lies, and now the lies are unfolding, and now your world's crumbling because you all based your stuff on a certain foundation that's, well, it wasn't a foundation. It was a deception. What you're looking at here is real. Okay, this is your clouds. This is your foundation right here, and there's the heart. Okay, all this stuff is coming from Jesus's heart. So let me just get started here. Everybody get all settled in. Okay. Where's the other ones we got to pull up to? We're gonna pull up. Why? Oh, I know why. We could do this. We could do this instead. They mauled my flip book of the event, but what we do have is still the Christmas gift video. It's still in good shape. Ooh, this little fridge just kicked on. Ooh, cool. All right, let me get right here to this part. That's good right there. We'll come back to this little video here in a second. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and play that real quick here. Seeing a more round, like lion type face with a nose right here. Here's an eye coming out here, an eye going that way. Here's its mouth slit, the chin going down here. So this round face right here with a crown still above it. Now I'm going to go through and show you the flip book where it changes from Jesus to this lion face. Okay, now we're here at this image right here. This is a flip book of about maybe 15 or 20 of those pictures, and it's the transition between Jesus's face and the lion face. Oops, there we go. All right, so there's the that little flip book in better shape there, so you can see miracles, real miracles right there. 2,000-year-old prophecy came true. Okay, so we got that, and then we can also just go right to here and pause on that image right there. Okay, so we got that one, we got the heart, and we got my face watching, looking down over you. All right. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was able to catch that. You know, it was very painful, and I almost had a heart attack doing it. Holding my camera up with a shattered shoulder, all the blood rushes out of your arms, your heart rate jumps up. Most people will try to hold your cell phone up 45-degree angle for more than 10 minutes. You probably can't hold your arms up 10 minutes. I had to do it for an hour. But it was worth it. It was worth it. And that's why I continue to bring this stuff to you, because this is real. Okay? You really need to wrap your mind around what you're looking at here. Okay? Now, we need to get to business here. Everybody get settled in here. I need to take a few deep breaths too. It's been one of those days. You saw that jolt on the Schuman? Yeah, kind of one of those days. I think you guys could relate. You've probably had something similar. And we were looking at that shield type structure on the in that CME, and it just kind of reminded me some things that I wanted to remind you, that I am a shield for all who take refuge in me. On some days when you feel your need of my shielding presence, and then other days you don't feel it. So on some days you feel your need more than on other days, okay? You feel the need for my shielding presence, right? Stuff going on the news. You're hearing all kinds of stuff, crazy stuff coming out about the Secret Service. I told you guys a long time ago, the Secret Service was protecting criminals. Well, now they're getting in trouble for it, right? But don't let that freak you out. Do not let that rattle you. If on some days you feel that need for my presence, okay, those are those days you feel a need for my shielding presence. And at times you're not even aware that you need protection. But I am continually close by, watching over you. I am continually close by, watching over you. Okay, go full screen now. Play games with me. All right, never mind. Okay, that's my face, watching over you. All right, back to the other one. Sorry. If my computer was fast, we'd have much better success at this. All right, now, your need of my shielding presence. Okay, I am present with you now. I am here on this earth with you guys now. My presence, the Word made flesh, walking amongst you. My presence is shielding you. Okay, and at times you're not aware you need protection. You need protection every day you go outside. I put a hedge of protection around you everywhere you go. You made it home in one piece. There were 1,000 ways you could have died today, and you made it home in one piece because of that hedge of protection. My shielding presence. I am continually close by, watching over you. I delight in being your protector. I delight in being your protector. So, you can indeed find shelter in me. You want shelter. You want to feel protected, especially on days that you're not aware that you need protection. I delight in being your protector, so you can indeed find shelter in me. And one of the best ways to make me your refuge is to spend focused time with me and pour out your heart to me. Tell me about the things that have wounded you. Okay, the things that have wounded you. We got a hole in our heart, right? You're trying to fill this hole in your heart. You got issues. There was something that injured you, that hurt you. We got to cure those. We got to heal those scars, right? So pour out your heart to me about the things that have wounded you, the unfair things done to you, or the unfair things said about you. Okay? Trust that I care about you and I want to heal your hurts. Also, I know the truth about everything. My view of you is untainted by innuendos and half truths, okay? No matter what somebody says about you, I know the full truth about you. They have no clue about you. I know you better than you know yourself. Okay, so no matter what anybody says, they're half truths, they're innuendos, and don't worry about that, because my view of you is untainted by innuendos and half truths. My view on everything is untainted by half truths. I can see through every lie, every half truths. You guys are being bombarded by half truth after innuendos. It's just bombarding you in the media. So hopefully you guys, well, we'll get to that part in a minute. It's important that you understand. It's important that you trust. You trust that I care about you. Okay? I care about you. I want to heal your hurts. You guys are shattered individuals, and we gotta heal some of those things. Okay, the unfair things done to you and the unfair things said about you, do not let them phase you. Try not to let them phase you, because it doesn't matter to me. My view of you is what matters. It's not everybody else's. It's what my view of you matters, and my view of you is untainted. So you can rest. You can well, you can pour your heart out to me so we can heal these hurts. Now, knowing that I understand you completely is vital to your healing. Okay? You got to get it off your chest. You got to confess your sins or what's bugging you. Sometimes you have to do a little soul searching. You think it's this that's bugging you that's the issue, when there's a deeper root situation or problem that it sprang from. So sometimes it's not clearly apparent what the problem is. So, a little reflecting helps, and then knowing that I understand you is vital to your healing. Search me, Lord, and know me. When you do that, then the Holy Spirit kind of helps you think through those cobwebs of the stuff that you locked away in closets that you don't want to remember, right? So when you ask the Holy Spirit to help you, it kind of clears out those cobwebs so you can pour out your heart to me. Okay? You'll feel better when you do. It's the fifth step in like AA. When you do your fourth step, it's all your inventory, good and bad, and everybody puts that off. But what the magic is when you confess your fourth step to your sponsor or to another human being or to God. You confess it to God, to another human being, what the nature of your sins were in step 5, and this load comes off your back. Ask anybody that's done it successfully. They will tell you something happened there. I don't know what happened, but when I confessed it to my sponsor, or when I confessed everything, something happened and it took a load off my back. You do it with a sponsor because that's the person you can pour out your heart to, right? It's someone you can trust. Well, I am that person also. You can pour out your heart to me. Trust me. Tell me about the things that have wounded you. Okay, know that I understand you completely, and it's vital to your healing. It's also crucial for forgiving those who have wounded you. Okay, knowing that I understand you is crucial for forgiving those who have wounded you. You need to forgive those who have wounded you. You're holding on to that rock. You put it in the backpack. That person that wounded you, you just won't let it go. Ooh, I'm going to get them back. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's crucial to start forgiving those who have wounded you and people that you see in the media that are wounding you, that they know not what they do. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Even though they have wounded you, it's crucial for forgiving those who have wounded you. I know you, I understand you completely. It's vital for your healing and that you forgive those who have wounded you. Okay, it's for your own mental health. Forgiveness is usually a process, so keep at it until you are free. Rejoice in me, for I came to make you free. Okay, I can. You don't have to have all those issues in your head. Start forgiving people. Okay, especially the ones who have wounded you. Okay. The women who have been raped. Yeah, you're gonna have to forgive your attacker. You carried that wound for your whole life and made you bitter or something. You're gonna have to let go of that. If you were molested as a child, you have to forgive the person who did that. That's for your mental health, so you can move on in life. Okay, I can help you with that forgiveness. Know that I forgive you. I went through all kinds of torture and I forgive you, so you can forgive that person. It just takes time. Let me give you a little bit of advice. Time and distance help heal wounds. The longer it's been since the incident, the less it hurts. The distance you've had away from said person, you haven't seen them in a week or a month, that helps you heal. If it's somebody you have to see every day, then you need me as a shield. You take refuge in me. Okay. Um, yeah. It's really hard to forgive those who have wounded you, but that's the most crucial thing. And it's for your own mental health, for your own stability, because coming up in the future, things are going to get so crazy that it's going to be crucial to forgive those, to forgive everybody of some of the things that they're about to do, because they know not what they do. Just like just like this, you're going to have to forgive them, for they know not what they do. You have a higher knowledge. You here at this channel have a higher knowledge. You know what that they know not what they do. The continuing decline of the IQ in the public, it's like a 50-point drop. It just continues to go. It just decline, and it's getting darker out there in society. So you're gonna need to be, you're gonna need to find shelter in me. So I am a shield. I'm a shield for all who take refuge in me. You can. That's how it's done. And don't forget, my view of you is untainted by anybody's innuendos and half truths. I love you because you are authentic. Okay, you come to me and you pull your shirt open, you bare your heart, and you're like, it's this. It was really this thing the whole time. Finally, you can just do it. It's not that hard. It's a big relief. Okay. Um, so forgiveness is usually a process. Keep at it until you are free. You're not free if you continue to hold on to that stuff, okay? So start forgiving. It'll make you free. Dang it. Yes, this one. Okay. When you're looking at this and you're looking at, well, that one right there, and it shifted to the line. Let's leave it right there at that one for right now. Okay, it's important that, well, we're looking around in society and we're seeing everything. You can't trust anybody. You don't know who's lying, who to trust. You don't know what the truth is anymore, right? Pretty much everything. This is the truth right here. This is a real image of the clouds. This is the truth right here. Uh, this is the truth right here. This is the truth right here. But what you see on mainstream media is the lies and the deception. Okay. It's important that you understand and know that I am the truth, unchanging, transcendent truth. Now, many people believe that truth is relative to the situation, relative to the person, or truth is relative to the day. No. Only absolute truth can provide a firm foundation for your life. Everything else is shifting sand. What do I keep telling you? This is your foundation right here. I will repeat this. Absolute truth can provide a firm foundation for your life. For your life. You now have a foundation for your life. And not just any foundation, you have a firm foundation. You have the rock. Everything else is shifting sand. Do you get that? Don't get caught in the shifting sand. Don't get sucked down into the quicksand. Because I am inherent truth, all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge are hidden in me. You can find everything you need in your relationship with me. Congratulations. You found everything you need because you are building a relationship with me. You can find everything you need in your relationship with me. I provide the foundation on which to build your life, and I myself am life. So the closer you live to me, the more alive you will feel. Like some of you here in this audience. Now, our problems these days is the identities. Everybody struggles with the issue of identity, wondering who they really are and what they're supposed to be doing with their lives. Oh, I want to be this. I identify as that. I'm a this. I'm a that. How many different genders do we have? Is it the whole alphabet that's socially acceptable now, or is it just L, B, G, T, and Q? I mean, what about X, Y, Z, and P, and just everybody struggling with identity issues, aren't they? The media has got everybody running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They have no idea who they are. They are struggling with identity crisis. They're wondering who they really are and what they're supposed to be doing with their lives. You aren't. You know exactly what you're supposed to be doing with your life, huh? But not them. They're wondering who they really are and wondering what they're supposed to be doing. If you trust me and you understand who I am, then you understand who you are, your true identity. If you trust me and you believe me, you are truly a child of God. If you don't, keep working at it until you are set free. Okay? I provide the foundation. Am I showing you this picture of the foundation? Am I providing the foundation? Oh, I am, huh? I keep telling you, this is your foundation, and I'm providing it here. I took these pictures. It really hurt. I went almost had a heart attack taking these pictures, but I got them. And I provide the foundation on which you build your life. You now have a solid foundation on which to build your life. While everybody else struggles with the identity crisis, wondering who they are and what they're supposed to be doing with their lives. But the more fully you know me, the truth, the better you can understand yourself and the meaning of your life. So make every effort to know me as I truly am. Also, be prepared to tell others about the Savior God who has redeemed you and set you free. If I have set you free, maybe you should get prepared to tell others how you were set free. And it was by doing salvage work from a Savior, experienced salvage expert. Make every effort to know me as I truly am. Because when you do, it just builds your foundation even stronger. You're just gonna thrive. How can I go with it? We did something on that one. All right. So here we go. I know your fears. All right. And really, your fears aren't what you think. It's really fear of failure. You are afraid of failing, and that's what your fear is. It's not a scary little thing that's not popping out of the closet. Those are startle you things. You're not even feared by the government and what you see going on in the media because you know there's a bigger game. Your real primal fear is of failure, isn't it? Well, there is no failures in my kingdom, right? Failures are opportunities to grow, right? So you have this preconceived fear that's pointless, kind of, and you are troubled by fear of failure, but my love for you will never fail. Ah, you have a fear of failure, but there's one thing that doesn't fail. My love for you never fails. So you can go ahead and fail and relax knowing that my love for you will never fail. Aha, there, now you've gotten something to hold on to, too. How do I do this? Can I describe what I see when I gaze at you? You look regal, for I have clothed you in my righteousness and crowned you with glory and honor. You are radiant, especially when you're looking at me. You are beautiful as you reflect my glory back to me. In fact, you delight me so much that I rejoice over you with shouts of joy. This is how you appear through my grace-filled vision. And because I am infinite, I can see you as you are now and as you will be in heaven simultaneously. already know how you're going to turn out. And I get to see you right now as you're walking, as you're growing. um, Again, it's important that you know I can see you as you are now and as you will be in heaven at the same time, simultaneously. I got 1 foot in the spiritual and 1 foot in the physical. And I see you clothed in my righteousness and crowned with my glory, just like this. Just like this. But it's going to be your face there, right? Okay. Now, I want you to look at yourself and others through the lens of my unfailing love. Okay, so when you see, like, put your face right here, you're going to be having a crown too. So when you see that you're going to have victory, I want you to look at yourself. I want you to learn to look at yourself and others now with that on them, okay? With the crown of them as well from that perspective, all right? So when you're looking at this picture, put your face in place of it or somebody else's face in place of it. The person that hurt you, the person that you're having issues forgiving, put their face right there. All of a sudden, it's a little easier to learn to forgive. You're seeing from a heavenly perspective. Okay. Now, let me try to drill the whole thing in now. Because I am infinite, I can see you as you are now and as you will be in heaven simultaneously. Viewing you in the present, I work with you on things you need to change. Seeing you from the heavenly perspective, I love you as if you were already perfect. I love you as if you were already perfect. I put your face right there and you're already perfect, okay? So you're going to have to learn to look at others that way. View, seeing you from the heavenly perspective. Okay, when I see you, I put your face right here and I see you from the heavenly perspective. I love you as if you were already perfect. Okay? That's how I'm able to love unconditionally, because I see you as already perfect. You're just growing up is all. We're on the process, we're on the path right now. Now, again, I want you to learn to look at yourself and others through the lens now of my unfailing love. So as you persevere in this, you will gradually find it easier to love yourself and others. Whew. Persevere. Got to keep plowing forward. Put their face in place of that one, and you will find it easier to love yourself and others. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying now? When you put their face in here and they're crowned with glory, and you see all of a sudden, oh, yeah, I need to forgive them. Yeah, it's a lot easier to do it when you put their face there. And you have to persevere at doing it, but you will gradually find it easier. You'll find it easier to love yourself, not just find a way to love yourself. You will find it easier to love yourself and others. Okay. I think that was it. That's going well. It does, I guess, blend in halfway. We got one more here. We're gonna close out with that. Yeah. We're talking about pouring out your heart. Okay, you look at this image. See him tearing open his shirt like Superman. His heart's pouring out. Right? It's pouring out this image of my face with a crown in the sky. Okay, so your heart does pour out. Can you see it pouring out in these waves, these little radiation waves or whatever? So that's what pouring your heart out actually looks like. You can see what your pouring out of your heart physically looks like in the spiritual realm. Pretty cool, huh? So, again, when you just give a little bit of trust in me, something miraculous happens to you. So trust in me at all times. Pour out your heart to me, for I am your refuge. The more you rely on me, the more effectively I can help you. How can I help you more effectively? You want to know how I can help you more effectively? Well, the more you rely on me. So, start relying on me more, because the more you rely on me, the more effectively I can help you. Trusting me is appropriate for all circumstances, okay? All circumstances, joyful and sorrow, peaceful and stressful. In fact, things that cause you stress can serve as reminders to seek my face. Ooh. So now we've got times of stress. Look at that. Whoa. Computer freaking. Oh. Can we scoot this one over here like that? Can we go like this? Oh, what? Cool. I'll take it. Seeking my face. You've got to look through this warped reality that you live in and seek my face. The more you rely on me, the more effectively I can help you. Trusting me is appropriate for all circumstances, okay? Every circumstance. In fact, things that used to cause you stress can serve as reminders to seek my face. Having troubles during your day, seek my face. Seek my heart. Okay? I want you to remember that I am with you. I am taking care of you, even when life hurts. Okay? Especially when life hurts, I want you to remember that I am with you, taking care of you. Okay? Now, talk with me about your troubles and leave them with me. Okay? Don't just talk about your troubles and then take off with them and put them back in your backpack and just go about your way. No. You're supposed to leave them with me. That's where you get your freedom. Talk with me about your troubles. Get them off your chest and leave them with me. Do not carry them back. Do not carry them. I want those. I'm going to make a beautiful collage out of them. Okay? And how can I do it if you don't leave them with me? Talk with me about your troubles and leave them with me. Then, like now, rest in my presence while I go to work on your behalf. Okay? I go to work on your behalf. Did you know that? Got a big buddy who's working on your behalf here. It's my presence, the fact that I'm here now. And you can rest in my presence while I go to work on your behalf. Tell yourself the truth about me. Go into the scriptures. Look through the Bible. Dang, I'm back? Oh, I thought they were shutting me off for good there. I was on a roll. I think you guys right here. Never forget, rest in my presence while I work on your behalf. Tell yourself the truth about me. Go into the Bible, look at the scriptures, then understand, get it down, and believe and know inside yourself that you are my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. I am your refuge. I am your fortress. I am your God in whom you can trust. I am indeed a refuge, a safe place to find shelter in the storms of life. You guys are going through the storms of life right now. There's no shelter. Oh, wait, there's one. There's one shelter in the storms of life, a safe place. It's in my refuge. Okay? I am indeed a refuge, a safe place to find shelter in your life storm. Okay? Speaking or speaking, praying, and singing these truths. Okay? Truths. Speaking truth, singing truth, praying in truth is an effective way to draw near me. Your mind usually has several thoughts or thought fragments passing through it at once. So instead of just thinking about me, you have to speak out loud. This gives focus to your thoughts. Ooh, you can pray in your head, but the thoughts fragments pass through all the time. But when you're speaking out loud, that gives focus to your thoughts. And it also gives your trust in me. When you speak it out loud, you're conveying your trust in me. So instead of thinking about me, speak out loud. This gives you focus to your thoughts and your trust in me. Okay, I think that was it for tonight. It's important that you trust in me at all times, in all circumstances, joyful, sorrowful, peaceful, and stressful. It's those stressful times that are the reminders to seek my face. So when you're getting stressed out, that's when try to remind yourself, okay, I need to seek the face. I need to take a few breaths. I need to calm down. I need to regain composure. Spend a little time. Take your mind off of the thing that's stressing you. Sometimes we need mental distractions. Do you want to hear something crazy? Um, I spend so much time in the spiritual realm. It is so hard that I have to put my foot into the physical realm for a distraction. I have to tune into the bizarro world news, which I hate watching, but I have to tune into that as the distraction sometimes. Okay, so we are we are salvaging our day. We recognize this stressful time is the reminder. So, when you find yourself clenching your fist, clenching your jaw, you're screaming at road rage, and Jesus, help me. These people are driving me nuts. That you pour out your heart to me, right? You can't just complain. You can't go, oh, these people. No, it starts off with a Jesus, please help me. A sincere Jesus, you're like you're talking to me sitting right next to you. And then lay into it, pour out your heart, not just, oh, these people. No, what's the issue? Pour it out. Know that I'm your refuge. You will feel better. You will if you continue to practice this. Many of you guys are caught on and you're still practicing and you're having success. And I am so happy for you. You are living vibrantly, fully, vibrantly. You're glowing now. You're reflecting my light. Your face is shining like my face into other people's lives now because you have found the key and you are salvaging your days. Some days are harder to salvage than others. Sometimes it's multiple a day. You can't give up. You have to keep working at it each day, and you'll get better and better. You'll find better tricks and new tools and breathing techniques and ways to just stop for a minute. Drop everything that's stressing you out. Take a time out. There you go. Take a time out. Give yourself a time out. Um, what was it in the one of these mental wards? We had like a cautionary word. Hey, I don't want to argue or talk right now. It's yellow. I'm taking a yellow right now, which is like a cautionary period. Hey, it's not full stop. It's not full go, but I'm taking a break. I'm taking a yellow. That means no arguing with anybody, no hostilities. You go outside, you take some deep breaths. If you smoke a cigarette to calm down, okay, you're trying to recuperate your day. You're salvaging your days effectively, too. You guys are doing it effectively. And then day goes on, something a little comes along, but that's a quick salvage, and you're right back on it again. So, like the first one might be hard, but the second one's not so bad. And then as the third one approaches, you're like, not today. I I I refuse to go down like that. Okay. So, um, a lot of your troubles, you gotta talk with me about them and then leave them with me. That's hard to do, but try to leave them with me. You need to forgive others for your own mental health, okay? And then rest in my presence while I go to work on your behalf. I am your refuge. Okay? I love you guys. My love for you will never fail. You know, my love for you will never fail. I see you already crowned in righteousness with glory and honor. You are radiant. Your face is glowing like this. You are radiant with glory and honor, especially when you're looking at me. You're beautiful as you reflect my glory back to me. Isn't that cool? Your face shines right back to me, the same shining that I'm giving you. I rejoice with shouts of joy. Okay? You guys are doing awesome. I love you. Hang in there. Remember, don't get too wrapped up in this new stuff. And it's important to know what's going on, but do not let it get control of your emotions and send you on a roller coaster ride. Okay. And if you're on a roller coaster ride and you realize, oh, shit, I let it get to me. I'm on a roller coaster ride. That's your reminder to take a time out, go do a yellow, tell your boss, hey, I got this thing. My doctor says I have to take a yellow, and that means a 5 minute where I have to regain composure. And it's for everybody's well being, right? Because your mood can rub off on somebody else and ruin their day. So we'll try to attack the day with positive and just do the best you can. It's progress, not perfection. Okay? Don't, when you aim for perfection, it puts too much undue stress on it. We're just working on baby steps, progress, forgiving others so you can be free. You know, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are awesome. All right. I love you. I miss you. And until my next show, I will be back. I am already back watching over you. Okay. Until my next show, bye.